Good morning. It's our first morning here in Moalboal, and it's day one of our 4-day PADI Open Water Diver program. So we're heading right now to go get some breakfast. It's just after 8. We only got the e-learning portion of our PADI course last night at like 5 p.m. and there's a lot to go through. So we both fell asleep partway through the section that we were doing for today. So we were up around 5 a.m. to complete the rest of it.
What are you learning about right now, Jess?
Right now I'm in the introduction to your skills as a diver. Next is how to defog your mask. There's so much information in this. I believe that when they say it's going to take like 18 hours to complete all of the e-learning.
Now we're just heading to go grab some breakfast before we head to the dive center. So again, today's the first day of 4. I know there'll be some intro things happening, but we're not really sure what to expect.
Yeah, not really.
We assume that we'll be in the pool at some point today in a bunch of gear, but yeah, it's going to be a surprise because we just really have no idea.
I'm just hoping to get in the water today because I've been showered in 3 days. And
Yeah,
I'm hoping
it's been a minute.
I'm hoping the water will clean me.
Good morning again. Yesterday we started our 3-day PADI course and we just weren't able to film very much of the pool session when we were actually doing the learning because obviously we needed to be focusing on learning those skills, and the same is going to go for today. It's day 2 now and we're doing our first shore dives, so we're going to be going out into the open water, but it is again more learning of skills, practicing skills, and yeah, we're just not able to bring our camera, and which makes sense. So we won't really have a ton of underwater footage until our last day, which is tomorrow, where we actually go and do 2 boat dives. And our instructor said that's the time where we can bring our underwater camera to get some cool shots. So we arrived at the dive center yesterday. We are diving with Amigos, and we were about 15 minutes late, unfortunately, because we went for breakfast and it just took an incredibly long time to get the food.
Yeah.
I mean, the restaurant is great, and we actually went back again this morning. It's a bit on the more expensive side of like the options that we've eaten so far, but the place is just really nice and the food's really good, and they have a ton of gluten-free options. So the first couple hours of the morning yesterday was pretty much just getting our kit together, making sure everything fit, and then waiting for a ride to the Amigos pool because it's at a different location to start learning our confined water skills. So we had to try on a wide range of things, including like wetsuits, shoes, fins,
Yeah.
the BCD, which is the whole entire vest that like actually inflates. I didn't realize the whole thing inflated, so that's pretty cool.
And then we learned to put it all together, like attach our tanks,
And our regulators,
testing everything.
cleaning our masks,
Yeah.
like just all of the things, which felt initially, like when you're hearing and seeing all the equipment being handed to you, it seemed very overwhelming, but they really take time to like walk you through it all and show you how to do it. After we did it, it didn't feel that bad after all. Like,
No, I feel like I could do it solo right
yeah,
now.
exactly. I feel good about it.
Looking forward to today, Jess?
I am looking forward to today. I'm not as nervous as I thought I would be. Like, I'm a little nervous because each day that we do is like one-upping the day before. So like the first day was just the pool, and that was terrifying. But by the end of the day it was fine. And then yesterday was the first time going into the ocean, but we just walked in off of the shore 2 times. And by the second dive, that felt perfect too. So yeah, I don't know, I think I'm nervous, but I'm also pretty excited. Yeah, looking forward to it.
How are you feeling about today, Dave?
Good, I think. Yesterday, I really struggled with my buoyancy. I didn't realize how much like breathing really mattered when it came to like up and down. So I'd find sometimes my dive computer would start going off saying I was descending too quickly. So the second dive yesterday, much better. My breathing was very good, I think. boats. So today, I think yesterday we did 13 meters. Today we're gonna do, I think, the max down to 18 meters.
Sorry, there's a spider on me.
Okay, it was just waving the camera a little bit.
Yeah.
Today I think we're going down to 18 meters and...
It's a boat dive.
And it's a boat dive. One thing, it'll be interesting to go down that deep. Second thing, I think it's gonna suck to try to get back on that boat again because you've got your weights, your suit, your tanks, your everything. You're probably weighing an extra like 50 or 60 pounds, maybe?
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. So...
Especially now that we're starting to get a little bit of back pain.
Yeah, so grabbing onto that ladder and climbing out, especially if there's gonna be some waves, we'll see. I'm sure it will work out.
I'm in so much pain.
It's heavy.
So we're just walking this gear to the boat and then we'll get to take it off for the boat ride. But yesterday we had to actually just walk right out into the ocean, and in the morning it's low tide, so it's quite the walk.
All right, Jess, how was that so far?
Not bad, not bad. I think the worst part is just having an extra weight on the belt in my back, so then the tank sits and just digs it right into my lower back. But besides that, it didn't feel as heavy as yesterday.
How are you liking everything so far? Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say getting on the boat wasn't as nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be, but thankfully that helped me.
Also got some back pain,
Back pain?
but it's totally fine. Really excited about that.
Regulator on.
That's a good idea.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
As we've mentioned throughout this video, we weren't able to show much from the first 2 days of the course. We did, however, get lots of footage from our 2 boat dives on day 3. So while we show you some of that, I'll explain in more detail the skills we learned and practiced on each of the 3 days, and then share some overall thoughts on the experience as a whole. For day 1, we were asked to finish the first of 5 sections of the e-learning. We arrived at Amigos around 9 a.m. and spent the first few hours trying on gear and learning how to put all of the pieces together. We then took a short trike ride to the pool to start our confined water sessions. We got suited up and into the pool. One of the first things we did was try out breathing through our regulators. This felt very strange to me for most of the first day and took some getting used to. While Dave was more apprehensive about starting the course, he took a liking to it much quicker than I did. We went through all the basic skills in the pool over the course of 3 to 4 hours. This included removing and letting go of our regulators underwater and using a sweeping arm motion to retrieve them, removing, replacing, and clearing our masks, mask removal for a full minute before replacing and clearing it, simulating no air scenarios, which involved taking turns removing our own regulators and using a buddy's yellow backup regulator, also known as an octopus. We also practiced removing and dropping our weights for an emergency ascent, inflating and deflating our BCDs, and removing and replacing our gear at the surface and underwater. For the most part, the skills were easy to learn as our instructor first explained and demonstrated them at the surface, then demonstrated them underwater before asking each of us to complete the skill. I struggled somewhat with the mask clearing, mainly due to inhaling water through my nose on my first attempt. This also contributed to me questioning whether diving was going to be for me. However, I'm really glad I persisted, as it definitely gets easier as you go, and by the end of the pool session, we both felt confident about heading into the ocean the next morning. That night, we were required to complete sections 2 and 3 of the PADI e-learning.
one. Go to the feet. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Whoa, very good.
Day 2 involved 2 shore dives where you put on your kit and walk directly into the ocean from the beach. We had prepared our gear the night before, so it was all ready for us when we arrived in the morning. Over the course of 2 dives, we practiced the skills we learned in the pool, like mask clearing, regulator recovery, and no air scenarios. We also worked on a few new skills like controlled emergency swimming ascents, also known as CISA, decompression safety stops, and trying to maintain neutral buoyancy. This last one is something both of us struggled a bit with, especially near the end of the dives when the tanks are lighter due to air consumption. Basically, you need to learn how to control your breathing as you rise when breathing in and descend when breathing out. Overall, these dives went well, and we were both excited to head out for our boat dives the next day. That evening, we were required to complete the final 2 sections of the PADI e-learning. On the final day of the course, we went out on 2 boat dives. While there were a few skills we had to demonstrate, these dives were mainly focused on enjoying the experience. Some final skills we did were using a compass to navigate underwater, full mask removal and clearing, deploying a surface marker buoy, entering the water from a boat, and the tired diver tow. For the rest of the time underwater, we just got to enjoy the reef and the incredible weightless feeling of being 18 meters under the surface. After completing the final e-learning exam and logging our 4 training dives, we were certified as open water divers. We received an email with our PADI e-card within 24 hours of completion. This was a truly incredible experience, and we already have plans to dive a whole lot more over the next 7 months, and also possibly get our advanced diving certification when we're in Thailand. We couldn't recommend Amigos Dive Center and our instructor Marcus more. If you are thinking of taking a PADI course or just going for some fun dives when you're in Moalboal, you should definitely check them out. We already have our first fun dive booked with them, and we'll be doing the sardine run, which we'll be sharing in a video coming soon.